Hey everybody, today's video is brought to you by Skillshare.com. Now, I'm very proud that they're a long-term channel sponsor. That means a lot of you guys are benefiting from them. And if there's one sponsor that you guys can benefit from, it's the one that teaches you stuff that allows you to make more money. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of classes in design, business, technology, accounting, and more. Premium membership gives you unlimited access to high-quality classes on must-know topics so you can improve your skills, unlock new opportunities, and do the work you love. Skillshare is also more affordable than most learning platforms out there with an annual subscription fee of less than $10 a month. So if you're interested in checking out Skillshare.com, the first 500 people, click the link in the description. They're going to get the first 2 months of premium membership for free. Everybody after that, just $10 a month if you sign up for the yearly membership. I promise you, there are things that you can wear. There are things that you can get that make you smell good. This is something that actually helps make you a better, more valuable person in the workforce, or just better at whatever hobbies you choose. So check out the link in the description. First 500 people, first 2 months for free. Hey everybody, Rob Farah here, and I was just out in California about 2 weeks ago, and I went for a drive with Matt Farah in his newly acquired, and actually not newly acquired, but newly built Porsche. He's got the Leh Keen upgrades to it, which is cool. It's like a safari Porsche. But it's not for everybody. The question that arises from this, because people have mixed reactions to his Porsche, he got 2 cars, by the way. He got a Countach too, which is awesome. But the Porsche is unique in that it's the equivalent of, I'm not going to say the Liberty Walk, but it's a modified car. It's beyond the point of reverting it back to stock, in my opinion. Now, a lot of people would say, wow, he ruined that car. And it brings up the question, at what point in time do you ruin a vehicle? Is it possible to ruin a vehicle that's not really an exclusive vehicle? I get it. There's a guy named James Glickenhaus, and he took a Ferrari Enzo, which is a limited car. It's like obviously a collector Ferrari, and at the time it was $1 million, $1.5 million, whatever it was, and he just completely like chopped it up and turned it into something called a P45. That was his rebodied Enzo. He sent it to Pininfarina, and they spent God knows how much money on this. And if there's a market, then so be it. But people would argue, and I would argue, that that's probably a worse thing to do, which is take a perfectly good collectible hypercar and chop it up, versus what Matt did, which is he took just a Joe Blow 911. And like, there's the thing about the 911s, there's a bunch of them. And for some reason, people have this crazy hard-on right now with these air-cooled cars. So any air-cooled Porsche, like I saw on Reddit the other day, is like one that was, oh, I saw this Porsche like rusted out thing, and they're like, well, it's not for sale. I'm like, who wants to start with that? It's not really a hard car to go get. Like, everybody's treating them like they're gold. And sure, I get it. It's cool, but I just don't see how a run-of-the-mill Porsche can be ruined. Like, just go get another one. It's not, he didn't chop up a 959. He didn't do anything wild like that. So, to be honest, let's start with my thoughts on the car. It was pretty cool. Like, it's not my style. I didn't really like the mirrors on the side. I didn't like, they've got like little elf ear mirrors or something. Not even elf ear, but like little ear mirrors on the side versus the factory mirrors. The lights on the front, a little overkill. They definitely turn heads, but it's a little overkill. That's probably the signature of the car. And then the big beefy tires. And what was cool about it is he built this as his daily driver, right? And there's potholes in LA. There's just, the roads are okay. I was like, oh cool, is this for like off-roading? He's like, no, just for plowing through the streets of LA. And since we were on the first drive, here he is like aiming for potholes. And to be fair, it took it really well. I was like, wow, it's like a mini Raptor. And that's essentially what was built, was like a cool Porsche. It's unique. I don't want to say hipster, because it's not hipster. It's a unique build. And is it ruined? I don't think so, because there is a market for people that want them. His is the 14th car, right? So this guy's made 14 of them. And there's an 18-month waiting list. I don't know how many he does a year, maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 cars a year. But the fact that there's an 18-month waiting list means he didn't ruin it, because Matt can now sell it. Because if there's people waiting to pay $140,000 to build these things, 130, 140, whatever it is, to build these things, he didn't really ruin it. Now, to be fair, to be honest, he did spend multiples of the purchase price of the car to do these modifications, and he did it in one shot, which I respect. Like I could say that's not a good move to spend more than you paid for the car to modify it, but I've done that on the Supra, and I've definitely done that on the Vet. The Vet was just much more piecemealed, so I did spend more on it, but I did it over time. Are there other cars that I would get for the $120,000, $130,000? Probably. I would probably go get another 997 GT3, 997.2 GT3, like a 2011. A great car to have, albeit it would not be as daily drivable in LA as Matt's car, but it's just different strokes for different folks. I wouldn't get a Countach either. I'd probably get a Diablo 6.0. Similar money, I think. But the question of whether you can ruin a car or not, I mean, a lot of the cars that get modified are like the Liberty Walk cars, and that sort of stuff I don't really get. There's some dumb mods. The stuff when you sort of ruin a car is when you take a car that's like not just like people like it, but it's collectible. It's like it can't be replaced, and you chop it up. Putting a Liberty Walk kit on a salvage car, go ahead, knock yourself out. Going and finding the cleanest example of a Lamborghini and then Liberty Walking it so you get the best car to start, I wouldn't do that. That I would consider ruining a car because most of the Lamborghinis are fairly limited in their being Lamborghinis and not crashed. Porsche, it's a much more mass-produced brand. So it's like, can you ruin an Integra? No, probably not. There's a trillion of them. Let me know your thoughts. Check out Matt's video. Let me know if you like the car or not. I wouldn't do it, but I like it, and having driven in it, I think it's cool, and it's different. It's just when you're in LA. I mean, I guess everybody tries to be different. So if you got the money, you want to do it, and you can get your money back, more importantly, I don't think it's a waste. Thank you for watching. Leave your comments and thoughts below. I'll see you tomorrow.